Hey boardies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. This is the Vanishing Gambler, and just like the unboxing teaser trailer preview video, I'm now going to tell you how to play this game and of course my review. So this is a game, an escape room in a box. This is an expensive one compared to most you're likely to find because of the components inside it. You may have seen my video earlier about scanning that QR code. Now I've got another phone handy, just to say if you happen to type in Shooting Star Casino, you'll now find out the accept and continue, select the case. You can use this actually without using your phone. They do recommend that. Solve against the clock, for example, and you can go to desktop mode, which brings up like this, which looks quite snazzy, but again, you need to go through it again, so I'm just going to come back off that. So get rid of all that. So this is a game whereby you are looking to solve things either against the time or basically on your own time, and as you can see, you do need to type this stuff in again. But we're now in and we've now got some information. Let's just go on our own time. We've got something to work out. Firstly, you must always hit the first clue. If you do not do it, you'll not get anywhere. So there's some information to read. There's something over here. There's a web address to go to, so you need to go there. And crucially, you may have noticed before, there's something in here which means right. What do we need to do? We need to somehow unlock this padlock. You may have figured out how ready to do that, but let's say we've already unopened it and got into here. I have spoken to the owners or the people who run the company, and they don't mind that I show you some stuff inside here. So, various stuff we need to be working out. As you can see, there's a lot of components, dice, poker chips, because there again has been a vanishing gambler, and we need to figure out where this gambler has gone off to. So there's tons in here, lots of components. This game isn't cheap. It's the most expensive escape room in a box. It's actually more expensive if you're playing it solo than if you were to go to an escape room yourself, or about the same price, because if you went to an escape room by yourself, things like £25. This is around 50 quid, 40 quid, something like that. But this is what you're going to find inside it. Again, unlike an escape room, a real one, I guess, you can obviously sell this on. You could leave it on your shelf. You could come back 20 years later. You could choose to use it as a kind of an option relating to, I don't know, like an icebreaker or a coffee table, give it to a friend. Again, you could just choose to sell it on, etc. So various dice going on here. We've got some values on here, some letters and stuff. We have got this pen here, so that can go in here, which is pretty cool because you kind of construct your own stuff. And again, you're trying to put that on and see why you might want to do this. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments best on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. But crucially, there is that final page that we need to find out an answer for. And we've got this thing padlocked up. We don't know why that is, but we found that web address. We need to go through it and figure out what else we need to do. And in this case, we've got other things. We've got some envelopes, which we'll open in a second. For some reason, I can't get this on. Classic thing when, of course, I'm filming. I've opened and unscrewed this numerous times. But yes, there are other games in this series that I've already reviewed, and I will give you a brief comparison against it too. So what do we have? We've got a pen. Oh, look, it's like on those spotlight things. We happen to have some information going on here. As you know, you're being held in the county jail. And look, we've got stuff we can read. So that's very cool. I just thought I was going to show you that. But apart from that, it is spoiler-free in the sense that you aren't figuring anything else out. We've got some information on the back here. We've got other letters. All looks very official. All looks very fancy. We've got like a credit card. Someone literally thought I dropped a credit card. That's how impressive that is. I used to work for a company that makes those kind of cards. Got a nice little business card as well, which so far I haven't seen a use for that, but that might come in use. We have got a nice kind of like postcard thing as well. Information on the back there. We have got other people who've been inspecting it. We've got more stuff to look at here. And there's more stuff inside here too. There's loads of stuff to discover. And like I said, you're going to go through that website and it's going to tell you to find out stuff. For example, someone's pet rabbit or whatever. That isn't in there, but as an example. This comes on to some of the things whereby I wouldn't associate a pet rabbit to do with this or whatever else it might be, which is a bit of a shame. As you can see, there's a hole in this like deck of cards, whatever, and it does cover over values for those cards if you're left-handed, which is a bit annoying. And like I said, some of the leaps of... I mean, there is logic going on here, and the puzzles are good. There are some puzzles in here that I've seen in other puzzles, in other games, completely unrelated to the Mystery Agency, and it just so happens this came out before those other games, but I've already reviewed those other games, so it makes me feel like, oh, they've done something I've seen before. With one negative, that particular puzzle, which involves a video, and you're now quickly noting stuff down. Other games have done it using a recording, whereby it's an audio recording, and it's still quite stressful because it's easy to get it wrong. Also, with the logins, when you do log in, there's often the case that you're doing first name space last name. That is the username. Now, normally, if you have a username, wherever it is, you never see a space. So I just found a bit odd that they've done it. There are some tiny little quirky errors, which I do know that they have a developer who checks on it once a month. And again, with websites, you've got to make sure they are still active, because this game came out 3 or 4 years ago, and there are more games coming. In fact, this Man from Sector 6 is a much more newer one, so you might want to check that out. And this, by the way, is the first printing, so there is a newer edition of it that you can get your hands on too. I think they do deals when you buy a few of these as well. Like I said, I'm reviewing all 4, plus there's a special one where those first 3 games, which are basically everything but the Man from Sector 6, allows you to kind of have an extra puzzle as well, which I'm starting off, but I am struggling with already. But apart from that, no, I would give the rating for this one, my average rating being a 6.4 based on over 2,700 reviews. More like a 6 compared to those other 2, which have given around 8, because of just some minor quibbles that I found. I didn't feel like there's some great theatrical stuff going in here. You can tell this is made by like a theatre person, Henry Lewis, and I love that theatrical journey going on here. Very, very cool. I love the acting going on here as well. However, I just preferred the other escape room boxes made by the Mission Agency that I've played so far. I haven't played all of them, but this one I haven't liked as much. I didn't dislike it. I had to use a lot of clues. This is not an easy escape from the box, but at the same time, everything is there that you need. I would just say that I would recommend other ones first. I know that some people have found this one to be the best. I know some people found this one to be the worst. Like I said, the clues aren't difficult. Everything is pretty much got an answer somewhere. But I would just say that if you want to start off with one, I probably wouldn't start off with this one. There are very similar similarities to the Man from Sector 6, which you're going to find in here. I've used the newspaper and what you're doing with it. And if you're playing this one first, you might find the other one easier. If you play this one first, you might find that one easier. I've just found this one maybe slightly harder. Now, I did play this one solo, which I don't tend to do. But due to, I think, having a virus recently, I thought, well, okay, let's play this solo. It didn't take me a quick amount of time. It took me about 5.5 hours. And the trouble with playing solo is, again, you've only got one brain. But the downside with having too many brains is there's only one newspaper. There's only one thing you're normally interacting with. And for some of these other puzzles, yes, it's only really one person doing it. I would recommend this probably best as a 2. Again, they are designed to be a nice family party evening, something going to get around together and work on together. More heads are better than one. Some people might be able to do this in 40 minutes as a big group, and that's absolutely fine because you're shouting over ideas. But when it's a game whereby you're like looking for something specific or looking through this, only one person's going to discover it first. So not a bad game whatsoever. Again, very high quality components. That's why the cost is what it is. But unlike the others, which you can, there's nothing to be destroyed. It's got fantastic resetability and tells you exactly how to reset everything. This is the easiest one to reset as well. If you're worried about resetting stuff, you just chuck everything back in the box. And as you can see, that other lock with the cards, very straightforward pretty much. Again, this one just goes on the outside. So not a bad game whatsoever. I've just simply preferred the others. There's got to be something that I prefer more than something else. And so far, this one hasn't shone for me as much. But that is what it is. It's just something that I didn't seem to pick up on. But it's a nice premise. Like I said, I didn't like some of the ways whereby you're just given tons of kit in one go. How on earth are you supposed to know that, I don't know, like I said, poker chips mean rabbit? There's nothing to do with, again, I'm deliberately not spoiling it because there's nothing to do with rabbits and there's nothing about lucky or the name of a rabbit or anything like that. But why it is that you're supposed to, for example, use poker chips to figure something out, I just found a bit annoying. I think it should be a lot clearer or giving you more of a steer rather than going, oh, okay, let's go through the dice to try that answer out. Okay, let's try the poker chip answer, try that out. It didn't seem to connect well. And that's where I think this fell down in particular. Also, there's another example similar to that whereby you have the ID for this guy, which is not really a spoiler, but is closer to what you're going to discover. And why on earth his badge number, whatever it is, isn't what you see it to be, is something else. And it's like, okay, well, why is he holding something representing and you figuring out his ID from that? It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I feel like there's a shame that it's missed a trick there. I think there's a lot more it could have done with. And it's disappointing that it just chose to do what it did. But that has been the Vanishing Gambler. I hope you found this of interest, much longer than maybe I've anticipated filming this one for. But check out my Escape in the Box playlist, Google AmassGames and the word escape. So that's one word AmassGames and one word escape to find my playlist relating to all my other Escape in the Boxes. At some point, I might actually do a ranking of all the publishers who've brought out games. There's something that another company has made which is similar to this one in particular, which is cool. Like I said, it does have a kind of call and response effect. But yeah, maybe you want to check this one out and tell me what your thoughts are as well. Check out the comments are best on YouTube. And of course, check out my future videos. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. For any errata and updates, check out the description on YouTube as well. And I'll speak to you again soon. But for now, enjoy the game. Back to the table.